absolute mods. We've had a couple of requests on our Drivers Club forum about how to fit a recirculation valve onto the turbo. So this video is dedicated to them. It's how to fit an uprated recirculation valve.
Today we'll be fitting our uprated recirculation valve. We have two springs. We have a yellow one and a green one. The green one is for a standard car. The yellow one is for more performance in a remap car. So what you do is you put that inside the valve, place the top on, screw it on nice and tight, and then we'll go and fit it on the car. When the spring is inside, it'll be screwed nice and tight just like that, and it's ready to go on the car. Okay, the tools we used for this, we used a 5mm Allen key for the 2 bolts that you could get at. We use a shortened Allen key, or you might have to make your own 5mm Allen key for the really awkward bolt. This is a screwdriver with an extension with a T25 on the end to undo the bolts on the sensor. That's another T25 that we tried to use, but you might be able to get access to it or not. It was easy with the screwdriver for us. And the pliers just to disconnect the pipes. Right, to get to your recirculation valve you need to disconnect the T25 little bolt there, the one that's down there as well as. Disconnect the pipe off the actuator and the pipe off the turbo, and you should be able to pull this up out of the way, and it should give you access to get to the recirculation valve. And we're in. That's one. That's two. So pull off the vacuum hose. Bloody hell, it's tight. There we go. Move the boost sensor out of the way. Boom. What?
God in there, go on.
Oh well. You can see our old recirculation valve there, the black one. So we're going to remove that one, and the other one. And we need a modified 5mm Allen. Right, there you can see the old recirculation valve. It's in black. It's got 3 5mm Allen key bolts. What you need to get onto them is a modified Allen key or a really short one, which we'll show you now. And you can see it's got a really small shaft there. It's not dirty, Christopher. Obviously most long ones are like that, which you won't be able to get in, so this is a really short one, or you could always just chop off the end of a cheap Allen key. This is what you're going to need to get onto the bolts. Yeah. So, Angelo, this video is for you. Nice to see Chris doing some work for once.
Yeah, what's the one?
As you can see there, the modified Allen key is actually in the bolt. That's the hardest bolt to get out because of you haven't got the clearance behind, and you can literally only turn it quarter of a turn at a time. So take your time, get a cup of tea, that one's going to take a while. Once you've finally got all 3 bolts out, you'll be able to pull off the old recirculation valve. Watch it, because it has got a big spring behind, so if you want to save it, make sure you get every part of it.
There's no room.
When Chris finally gets it. And there we have. One plate, one recirculation valve, and one big spring. So if you do want to save it, swap it back to standard or whatever at a later date, you can save all those bits. Right, so now you're ready for your new recirculation valve. As you can see here, on the Uprated one, there's a flatter edge. As this goes into the turbo, that needs to be approximately 10 o'clock position. So it's going to go in just like that with a flat edge to the top left. Make sure you also put it back in the original bracket, just like so. Right, it's time to go back on the car. So as Chris just found out, you put the recirculation valve in first, and then you put the plate on over the top. That just makes it a lot easier. Pad on, cool, and ready to bolt up. Okay, so we've got the top bolt back into the recirculation valve. It's easier now if you do the one at the back. You can just see the hole now, and leave the really awkward one till last, because not being under any pressure then, it should be nice and easy to slot in. So do the one at the back first, then do the really awkward one, and take your time with it, and grab another cup of tea. This is the diaphragm that's inside the standard recirculation valve. Now the one we took out looks in really good condition, and the turbo's not very old, and the valve's not very old either, so there's no splits in this at all. There's a common fault that you get like a turkey noise on the turbo, which is caused by a split in this diaphragm. So if you have any splits, you're going to want to be doing this job. And the best thing about the new valve is it's all metal, so there's no diaphragm for it to rip. So, top tip for you. Okay, so the top bolt and the back bottom one is in, so we've just got the really awkward one to do now with a 5mm Allen key. Just keep turning, just keep turning.
Yeah, just keep falling off your slabs as well.
Oh, that's real fun. And that's everything I've got. Okay, that's the recirculation valve in. All 3 bolts are in. The bottom bolt with the Allen key was absolute pig, and it took forever, so have patience with it. We ended up using a screwdriver to help hold the Allen key in place as you turned it, otherwise it just falls out. So have fun with that one, guys. Now to put the sensor back on, we recommend that you put the bottom bolt in loosely and just play around until you get it to slot around that bolt, because it's a lot harder to put that bolt in with the sensor in the space, and that one's a lot easier. So now you can put them both in and just tighten it up. Okay, now the sensor's bolted back on, you've got to connect top pipe obviously onto the actuator and the bottom pipe that goes onto the turbo. So force them on and then just adjust the clip. And then for the recirculation valve, you just need to put on its vacuum feed. Like so. That's the vacuum feed on. And Chris is just finishing off the top one. That's it, one clip in place. So the clip to bring up on the turbo. Okay, that's everything back in. Everything's connected. Obviously you just got to reconnect your airbox or your air filter, however your setup is on your car.
If you have any requests, by all means come to the Drivers Club. The links are in the description below this video. Have a look at the other people's cars, share your own car. If you've got any questions, ask about on there. And then most importantly, if you have any video suggestions, give us a shout out, and if we can do them, we will do them for you.